Shiny. Nice. Good morning. Shall we do some painting today? I think we're gonna try, but we've got some cleaning up to do. If you missed yesterday's video, we tore all the stuff off the corn head, all the gathering chains and sprockets and tensioners and deck plates and everything. The plan here is to paint everything that's green, or should be green, basically. So we need to clean up and get the dust off a little bit. I'm not gonna be super picky here because, let's be honest, this is just for cosmetics until next fall, because as soon as we put this in the field, all the paint's gonna wear right off again. So we're gonna blow it off, but we aren't gonna wipe everything down and try and get every last speck of dirt off because I don't care that much. But yeah, and then we need to go through this stuff and get the things that we are not gonna paint green off of it. Try and spread stuff out a little bit. I gotta get the floor cleaned up, and then I think somewhere over here we've got some heavy duty paper we like to roll out on the floor just to keep overspray from painting our floor. So that's the plan here for this morning, is to get stuff cleaned up and ready for that, and we'll see. Hopefully by lunchtime we'll be ready to paint. So I think I'm actually going to back the combine outside to help me get the floor a little bit cleaner, and then when I'm ready, I'm debating what to do here. I'm thinking I might roll the paper out on the floor and then actually set the head down on it and get the combine out of here when we're painting, just so I don't have to worry about overspray and stuff. Plus it may be a little bit easier to get in there and work on the angle with it sitting on the ground than it is up in the air like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Got the floor cleaned up pretty good. Combine's outside. I couldn't find any of the rosin paper, or that heavy red rolls of paper that we normally have to roll out on the floor. Dad's got some of this, it's like a cardboard stuff. I think it's more for like protecting floors and houses and stuff like that, but it's pretty thick and we don't have very much of it. So I decided I'm gonna go down to my seed warehouse where I have a stack of cardboard sheets, pallet sheets, and we're just gonna grab a bunch of those and lay them out on the floor. And yeah, then we'll set our corn head right on top of it. Well, we're gonna try that. I don't know if that's quite enough or not, but we're gonna set the corn head down on it, and hopefully it covers up all the gap between the row units so we don't get any paint on our floor. Just gonna let that sit there for a day or two, or 3, or whatever it is. Let's go see how we did. That covers most of it. Oh look, more dirt. Go figure. Could use one more piece on this end, but yeah, that will work. That will work pretty good, because now I can just get in there and spray it. Okay, cool. Looks to me like we need to use the air gun and blow stuff off again. Try and get it as clean as possible, but like I said, we're not gonna be too picky here. I think I'm ready for paint. I covered up the snapping rolls on there so we don't get paint on those, because I don't really want to paint them. I took all the stuff off of this plywood that we aren't going to paint, put it over there on the bench, which gave me room to spread some stuff apart here. So that stuff is ready to go. And yeah, so now I need to make sure we got paint. I know we have some, just need to make sure it's still good. Should really do something about this. I keep condensing the pile into a more concentrated pile, but we have 2 cans of John Deere green paint. If I remember right, this one is no good. This one is. By no good, I mean it's chunky and I can't throw it through a sprayer. It could still be brushed on, which is probably why we kept it. But that was also probably 2 years ago, or at least a year ago, when I opened them. So we'll see what we got. Hopefully, one of them is good, and there's enough in them to do what we need to do. Otherwise, I'll have to get some paint. Yep, I don't know if you guys can see that. Now you can. That one there's pretty set up. This one looks good. Clearly not John Deere green. She needs mixed up, but doable. That one will be just fine. And it's 3/4 of the way full. There should be enough in there. This one here, we should probably just throw that one away. Yeah, I also found a little bit of hardener left in there that should work. A couple of things before I paint though. There is something I want to do. So I talked about how some of these parts have to be able to slide, and that's why we're cleaning them up, right? So one of the things that has to slide is this arm. This front idler sprocket goes on here, and then it attaches to that spring here, and it basically sits on these deck plates like this, and it needs to be able to move. And so I had a thought of spraying some graphite on there, and actually somebody commented on today's video that I should do that as well, and I'm one step ahead of you. I've already got the can of graphite paint out, had it here yesterday, and that's what I want to do. So just for right now at least, just on the bottom side of these arms right here, I'm going to spray them with this graphite, and then when I flip them over, we'll paint everything else green, and that should help. I don't know if it'll be great, but it should help, and it won't be sticky, so the dirt won't stick to it quite so bad. Plus, this stuff dries super fast, so I can spray these now, flip them over, and paint the green here in an hour or so. You can see how it's already dry. I don't know. Might not do anything. Might help. Okay, we'll let those dry. We might, I haven't decided yet, but we might just spray like this little spot here on these before we put them together, or as we're putting them together with that graphite, but I'm going to paint them all green first because I don't want the whole thing to be black or graphite. All right, I think I'm ready to paint. It's only not even 11 o'clock yet. We're going to get to paint on before noon. Cool. So it is going to take 2 coats of paint, not because we really need to put 2 coats of paint on, but because I'll need to flip all of this stuff to be able to paint both sides of it. So we're gonna make sure we get all of this stuff done, and then we're gonna work on the head, and if we run out of paint a little bit short, it's okay, because we're gonna paint again probably tomorrow, and we'll finish whatever we don't get there, or we'll put a second coat on if that's what it takes. So I'm gonna mix stuff up. I do not have a professional spray shop here. It's dusty and dirty and not very clean, but it is what it is. I do have a pretty nice paint gun. I've got my respirator. I wear some gloves, and yeah, so I'll mix stuff up here. I forgot my GoPro at home today, so but I will put my phone on a stand somewhere and do a time lapse with that instead. You guys want to see the magic paint that goes from black to green? There it is. It's coming. There's our John Deere green. Just gonna take a little mix in here. Give me a minute. Alright, well, I've got some green paint mixed up here. I got all the hardener I had left in it. It's really not quite the right rate, but it'll do for what we're doing here. So I'm gonna pour that into our paint gun and we'll go paint. Paint, but we got all of this stuff done. They look good. Our deck plates look good, and I got not quite half done. 2.5 rows. Yeah, we didn't get half, but looks good down here. So I'll probably wait until tomorrow to paint any more, at least of this stuff. We'll mix up another batch and we'll be able to flip all of these parts, and we might get done. Well, we'll get done. We might have to mix up another batch, but yeah, progress. Now we got to clean our gun out. Yep. All right, it's about as clean as when I started, so it's lunchtime. 12:05. Time to go. Okay, I am back from lunch. How's our stuff doing here? Is it dry? Dry, no, but it's not sticky. Cool. Well, maybe we can flip those today and paint them again. What is it? A little after 2. Yeah, by 4 o'clock we might be able to flip those and actually finish painting here today. That'd be awesome. Anyway, while we're waiting for that, I've got these guides over here. These are black. We're just going to hit these with some generic black spray paint. The good old $2 a can black spray paint from the hardware store. That's what I use on all of our cheap stuff that we're trying to paint, and it's just going to wear off again. Shiny. Nice. Okay, well, I've waited for a while here, and these parts are, they're pretty well dry. So I'm going to go ahead and flip everything, and then we're going to mix up some more paint, and we're going to try and paint the rest of this tonight. We might be putting it back together tomorrow. I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. That's a good thing. There. Now it looks like I haven't done anything. Yeah, some of these were a little bit wet yet, where the paint got a little extra thick, and these ones I'm not going to flip because I got that graphite on the bottom, so I just kind of rotated them. I'll give them another coat. Shouldn't take quite as much paint this time because like the sides of all those nuts and the bolts and stuff have already been done, and so won't be a whole lot of difference, but we're gonna mix it up. We'll do all this stuff and we'll see how much more we can get done here. I did find some more hardener. It's not the same stuff that I had before, but it should work just as good. And keep in mind, it's a corn head that is going to be used again in the fall, and all this paint's going to wear off, so we aren't going for show tractor shine and detail and quality, so that's why it's, you know, so what, you mix a little extra stuff in, it ain't no big deal, it'll be fine. Let's go painting. Make a few test sprays, get our pattern where we want it. Not terrible, could use a little more paint. There we go. Okay, well, I got interrupted there for a minute with a phone call. We got all this stuff done. We got some more done on the head. I ran out with that much to do, so I'm going to mix up a little more paint and finish it just to be done here. Yeah, going well. I also had a little trouble with my gun plugging up on me. Apparently I didn't clean it out very good. Had some chunky stuff. Oh, these fines. That's from the last project from a long time ago, so I got it cleaned up. It's working much better now. that stuff is cleaned up. Check it out. It's like a brand new corn head. Shiny, green, all the things. Cool. We got the painting done, almost done. I gotta flip those, give them another coat of black, but then we're done. And those are dry, so I can do that yet tonight too. Looks great. All right, I'm gonna hit these again one more time. On the other side here. Oh, it looks so nice. All right, well, that's it here for today. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we're gonna put this back together. We'll bring the combine back in here, pick the head up. We may have to do some touch-up painting underneath, but we'll probably just spray can that. And then we'll start assembling. It should all be dry by then. Brock should be here tomorrow, although he's not coming until later in the morning because he's working tonight. And yeah, this should work. So Thursday and Friday, I'll be in and out here. I've got some other appointments and stuff I've got to handle. So we're gonna try and do as much of it as we can here tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, before we go too far here, I am well aware, fully well aware that nobody does this and that it's way overkill. I get it. I have a problem. I don't know where to stop, right? I feel like I got to keep cleaning stuff and getting the dirt out of those springs and making them pulleys slide. Hold on, phone call. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know where to stop. And so once I get it this far apart, I just think, well, I might as well paint it. And I know nobody does this. I get it. It's overkill. I'm sorry. It's just how I do things. And I got nothing else to do. Well, I do have other things to do, but I've got plenty of time is my point. And I enjoy this. I like making things shiny and new looking and painting. And so that's what I do. So yeah, it's overkill. I'm aware. See you guys. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you tomorrow. One more thing before I go tonight, guys. I promised you an update on my YouTube situation, and YouTube has stopped communicating with me. That happened a couple of weeks ago. I'm not surprised at all. So I haven't really heard anything. I don't really have any updates. Throughout the month of November, they've been showing my earnings. I'm going to throw a couple of screenshots up here so you guys can see. One is the last 90 days, this one, and you can see the big drop off that happened there where I got nothing, and then November it started back up. Here is just the month of November, so you can see what that one looks like. It's there right now, but my October looked a lot like November too before it all disappeared on about the 3rd or 4th of November. So I kind of wanted to put these in just to have a screenshot proof of what it looks like, and we'll see if it stays over the next few days. Hopefully this is behind us and I'm, never going to see what was lost back in October in the last half of September. But if I keep getting stuff moving forward, I guess that's something. So I'll keep you posted over the next few days, but that's where I'm at for right now.